Well, howdy there, guys. I have a very special video to share with you here today. I'm going to show you one of my stock market accounts. This account has over $200,000 in it. I'm going to show you what positions I own. I'm going to show you the cost basis, the total amount, the amount of shares. I'm showing you everything with this account today. So I hope you guys really enjoy this. Smash that thumbs up button if you do, all right? And of the 7 stock market accounts my wife and I have, this one is probably the one that's most special to me because this one we got up and rolling in 2018. And the reason I started this account is because I wanted an account that everybody in my private stock market membership group could see every single trade documented. Every single trade I make, buys or sells or anything like that, I wanted everybody in there to see an account actually get built up, and I threw a ton of money at this account in 2018. I just flooded money in there so I could build it as fast as possible, and everybody in there literally gets to see every single trade I make. And I thought that would be a great thing to do so everybody can see kind of like the way I build an account. And not only that, but like that I don't just like BS stuff like, oh, I lower cost basis. Like, it's real easy to say, oh, let's say you own a position, it goes down 10%. It's real easy to say, oh, you'll buy more shares, right? It's another thing to actually put your hard-earned money like toward that stock and whatnot. So everybody in there has really enjoyed that group. By the way, if you are interested in joining my private group, I'm going to do a discount for everybody that's watching this video. We're doing 40% off a monthly membership, and we're doing 50% off a yearly membership. I almost never do discounts for that group. I do discounts every once in a while on some of my other courses and things like that. But as far as my private stock market group, like that's the closest thing you can get to like a one-on-one mentorship with me. Like, I just don't have time to like mentor people one-on-one. I get emails all the time from people. I just don't have the time straight up. Like, that's the closest thing. There's hundreds of videos in there for you to learn from. Plus, I post new videos on every Monday, Friday. We also just started a Discord chat about a month ago in there. So we got a ton of people in the Discord chat, over 200 plus stock market investors in there. So if you're interested in joining that, I'll put that as a pinned comment down there. Alrighty, guys, let's get into this. So first position up here in the account is Apple. So Apple shares, I own 35 shares in this account of Apple stock, and we're up over 17%, about 17.7% on that position, cost basis of 145.18. And that one, let me just start out by saying that one makes me really upset. I should have bought Apple way heavier than what I did. That was all I bought in Apple in any of my accounts, okay? This was the only account I bought Apple in at that particular time. This was when it dropped to like, you know, the 145, 146 level back, what was that, about a month ago when Apple came out and pre-announced the numbers. And with a company like Apple, when it dips like that insane, like I should have just taken bigger advantage of it, but it is what it is. We're doing amazing on the position for, you know, a position we've been in for like a month or so to be up over 17%. Like I'm just thankful in the end, all right? Next one up here is Alibaba. If you don't know Alibaba, they're arguably the biggest Chinese company in all of the world. Alibaba, we're looking at about a 6% gain on this one, about $1,400. We're up over $23,000 we have in Alibaba stock in this account. 140 shares. Cost basis on this one of $158.66. Alibaba is my only direct Chinese investment that I have in any of my accounts. I don't have any direct Chinese investments. Like a ton of my companies that I own do business in China, but in terms of actually owning a strictly Chinese stock, Alibaba is honestly the only one I own, and I love that company, and I don't know, I might buy some more this year. We'll have to see. Cirrus Logic is the next one. This is the first one that we're actually a negative on the account on. So Cirrus Logic, we're down almost 3% on this position here. 915 shares, current value of a little over $35,000. Cost based on this one of $39.60. If you don't know, Cirrus Logic makes audio chips that basically go into smartphones, tablets, you know, even computers, things like that, smart speakers. They even make chips that go into a lot of the new smartwatches and things like that, audio and voice related chips, all right? That's what they do. Next one up here is Callaway. So Callaway is an interesting position. This is one I've been adding recently. We're up to 850 shares of Callaway now in this account, a little over $13,000. We're pretty close to break even, just slightly down on the Callaway position. Cost basis of $15.60 on this one. Definitely likely a position I'll be adding more of throughout 2019. I feel like it's a pretty undervalued stock here, and just look at the growth vectors for that company. It's a really well-run company. I think it's going to be a $20+ stock again in the future, all right? Next one up here, Facebook stock, and Facebook's actually the biggest position not only in this account but in my accounts in total. Facebook is my numero uno, and Facebook, so we're doing pretty decent on Facebook so far. We're up a little over 7%, a little over 7.5% on this one. We're up over $4,300 on this one. The current value of this one's over $61,000, and as far as the amount of shares we own, 371, which frustrates me because I like owning, you know, like either fives or zeros. 371. It should have been 370 or 375. Anyways, that's just a weird thing with me. Cost basis on this one of $153.35 there. As you guys know, I speak about Facebook all the time. I love that company. I think, you know, they got a huge future in front of them. The ad money is just going to continue to roll over to them for at least the next decade, let's put it that way. They got so much runway. You know, they got the attention out there between the Facebook platform, Instagram platform, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, Instagram. They're going to be launching a lot of things in the future, such as Instagram shopping. Love Facebook stock. Next one up here is Intuit. If you don't know Intuit, they make products like TurboTax and QuickBooks and some of those products. I know I pay a lot of money to Intuit each year because we're signed up for all their different services. Intuit stock, this one's kind of like an Apple position for me where I'm like, why did I not buy a lot more? I bought way too little. Intuit, we're up almost 17% on this position, but it's only a $2,500 position. We own 11 shares there. Cost base of $195.76. I think we've owned that one for, I don't know, maybe 3 months now. And just like Apple, another company that I'm like, I should have bought a little heavier. I wouldn't put it quite in that Apple category because Apple I just felt was severely undervalued, and Intuit, you know, you do have to pay a bit of a rich valuation, but Intuit, they just roll in the money each and every month. Such a great business model, so, you know, so well run for the past decade and going into the future. And I love that business. I just wish I would have bought a little heavier, but you know, it is what it is. All right, guys. Next one up here is Skyworks Solutions. Skyworks Solutions, if you don't know, they make a bunch of different connectivity chips that go into smartphones and basically any type of device out there. It doesn't matter what electronic company you're talking about. Skyworks is probably a customer there. Is Apple, Samsung, Google. It doesn't matter who you're talking about. Skyworks Solutions. This one we're up a little under 10% on. This one up about $3,800 here. Current value a little over $43,000 here. 525 shares we own in total on the Skyworks position, and cost basis was $76.20. Skyworks, I'm very excited about that one into the future with 5G coming and whatnot. The bullish thesis I have for Skyworks still has yet to play out. That's going to be playing out over the next 5 years. So the fact that we're already doing very good on this position makes me feel very happy and love that business. All right, I might not be done buying it. I might buy some more in the future. Next one up here is Whirlpool Corporation. So Whirlpool Corporation, this is one we bought recently, probably within the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 months or so. Whirlpool, we're up a little over or around 12.5% on this one, about $908 in total we're up. This one's around an $8,100 position. We own 60 shares in total. Cost basis on this one's $121.30. Whirlpool, I love that one, not just because we're up on that position, but also because this is a big dividend payer. I think when I bought in, it was close to a 4% yield. Even now, it should still be in the 3% yield range. So good dividend payer. And if I can make even 5% gain on the stock price per year, like I'm happy with that one. That's mainly a dividend play there. Last stock up here, and then we'll look at what the accounts are up or down in total, and then I'll kind of give you my opinion on this. This is by far and away the worst stock we own, unfortunately, and it is U.S. Steel Corporation. Just an absolute disaster as far as the stock price goes. Business is doing very well. It's at a very low forward P. I think it's like 4. But U.S. Steel, we're down over 20% on this one, down nearly $5,000. 825 shares in total there, $28.74 cost basis. And that one is just a tough one to swallow there. Like, you know, almost everything in the account is green or very close to green, except that position. Just an absolute disaster there. But it is what it is. Every once in a while, you're going to get in this. That's why it pays to be diversified, because every once in a while, you'll get into a stock where you know it just didn't go the way you wanted it to go, and that's where U.S. Steel is at. I need to probably lower cost basis on that one. I'll probably do that throughout 2019. All right. So if we look at this account in total, we're up about $5,800. We're up a little under 3% in this account in total. And so I have some feelings around that. Okay, first off here, as far as the total gain and loss, that just calculates whatever the total gain or loss is on the stocks you own, but it doesn't even factor in dividends paid out. So, you know, we're probably doing better than that if you factor in the dividends. As far as what stocks pay dividends here, Apple pays a dividend, Eli pays a dividend, Intuit pays a dividend, Skyworks Solution pays a dividend, Whirlpool pays dividends, and U.S. Steel pays dividends. As far as my feelings around the account in total, you know, I'm fairly happy with this account. One, because 2018 was obviously a bad year for the stock market. It was a negative year for the stock market, and we bought a lot of these positions in 2018. So the fact that we're up on the account in total, I can't be mad at that, and that's once again without factoring dividends. Also, you know, some stocks specifically here, their bullish theses haven't even started to play out yet. Cirrus Logic's a perfect example. The audio chips they have coming and the voice chips they have coming in the future, that hasn't even started to play out yet. They haven't even launched any of those chips really yet. So that one, we should see a lot bigger gains in the future. Skyworks Solutions, for example, 5G is just starting to get going at this point in time, so that has a huge runway. So several of those stocks I own in that account, specifically Cirrus Logic and Skyworks Solutions, like the bullish thesis still have to play out over the next 3, 5, 7 years. So, you know, we're doing good so far, but I expect to get a lot bigger gains in the future on that account. As far as where that account's going long term, if I had to make a goal out there, you know, 5 years from now, let's say, I would like that account to be somewhere around $1 million account. We'll see where it goes, but you know, if I make some more deposits, add more shares, get gains on stocks, eventually sell off some stocks, get all that dividend money, I think this could be potentially a 7-figure account. Let's say 5 years from now, we'll have to see. If we're looking at something shorter term, like maybe a 2-year perspective, you know, we'll see. I'll try to get that account maybe to 400K or 500K over the next 2 years or so. So anyways, if you want to be in my private stock market membership group, that's going to be pinned comment down there. It's one of those things I hardly ever do discounts on that group. So if you're interested in getting in, now's the time. I would love to see you in there. Thank you for watching and have a great day.